Hello and happy Tuesday, everybody. I am Brittany Wilder. I just want to come on live today, as I do every Tuesday, as we break through a bunch of different topics. This month in particular, we have been talking about all things educators, all things teaching wise, all things in the classroom, outside the classroom, all kinds of things, simply because I am a teacher. And I have been talking to a lot of coworkers and just educators that I know, especially some that I've met in my years of being an educator. And there's been a general thought process, and there's been kind of some generalizations that have been thrown out about teachers not doing enough, parents not doing enough. Sky's the limit on the things that I've heard, you guys. And so that is one of the reasons why I decided to do this topic in particular. I am, really quickly before we get started, I am an abundant life coach. I specialize in empowering women and educators to take off those limitations, move past those past traumas, and really get what they want out of life, speaking to their peace and their purpose. So before we get started and go into it, I want to just talk about the reason why this conversation has always been something that has been had for years and years when it comes down to educators and parents and all the above. So I personally, in my classroom, the very first thing that I tell my parents is that this is a partnership, right? That's what our system of education has been built on, is partnership. It's never ever, I'm going to teach your child and that's it and see you later, bye-bye. You don't have to do anything, parent. No, I'm very honest and very upfront with my parents in particular. And that's the type of educator that I am. You know what I'm saying? I am going to be honest. I'm going to be upfront. I'm going to let my expectations be known. And that's just how I rock, right? Some teachers don't, but that's how Mrs. Wilder does. So the very first thing that I tell my parents is this is a partnership. I teach, your children here. They learn a certain skill. I always send a weekly message to my parents that says, hey parents, we're working on this and that subject. We're working on that and that subject. We're working on this and that subject, right? I send this weekly note so that they know what we're working on, so that you can then help your child get to it at home. Hey, Monica. Hey, honey. I'm listening, but loving these nails and this look. Yes, Mrs. Wilder. Thank you, babe. Hey, Monica. I'm so happy you're on. It's one of my teacher friends, y'all. So that's what we're talking about, right? We're talking about how it is a partnership. And I feel like this year in particular, because of all these extra pieces of COVID and pandemic and kids being at home and online teaching, parents are really starting to notice just how hard a teacher's job is. They're starting to notice just how real it is that we done had to teach your child over and over again this skill, have them practice it this way. Oh, it's not working that way. Okay, let me get something physical and help them out. Let them put their hands on it, see if it works that way, while we're learning their learning style, because every child's different. So parents are having to realize this about their kids, and what's happening is they're burnt out, teachers are burnt out, we all tired, we all frustrated, and at the end of the day, we pointing fingers at who? Each other. Now it's the teacher's fault. Now it's the parent's fault. No, it's our fault, collectively, right? There's something that I have been doing this year, more so than I've done any other year. So most of the time, I'm pretty good with communication. I don't like miscommunication at all in my life, in my career, in anything, right? So with communication, it needs to be said, and especially in these times when parents are at home with their kids and they are teaching their kids and they are, some of them, sitting next to their children trying to help their children get these concepts and these different things, whereas before the students were at school. Unless you're in Gwinnett County and you are like me and you have 18 kids in your class. That may be your situation. My situation's a little bit different, right? My kids actually come to school, and I have kids that are online. But for the majority of the other counties and the majority of these other states, most of schools are online. And so parents are having to show up as teachers as well, because, you know, maybe your child isn't quite understanding. They need to, you know, they're asking you if you can help them. They're asking you to, you know, all the above. And what's going on is they're failing, or they're struggling. They're not turning in their work. The sky's the limit on that. There's all these different things that are happening. And some parents are feeling like they don't know how to help their child. They're feeling like, man, I feel like a failure as a parent because I'm trying, but I don't really quite know. And in those times, those are the times where that's when you should reach out to your teacher. That's when that communication needs to happen, right? Because if we are in a partnership, I'm the teacher, you're the parent, and we have your child, and we're all in a partnership, it's not working if you're struggling. It's not working if you're going through it silently. That's not going to work. That's not how a partnership works. And I feel like that's what's happening a lot, whether on the parent side or on the teacher's side. The communication is not happening. Something's going on here. I know teachers are tired. I know parents are tired. I get it. However, we still got a job to do. We're still teachers. We signed our name on the dotted line on that contract. It's not over. We're in February. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. Hey, Vanessa. Hey, Michelle. I'm seeing all the people come in. Hey, y'all. We're just talking. Hey, Tasha. Hey, sis. So, and I was having a conversation with my sister earlier. And, you know, my niece is in the 3rd grade. And my niece is one of those students that, hey, Michelle, one of those students that all you got to do is tell her one time and she got it like that. Teach her one time, got it. That's how she learns, right? Some children aren't like that. Some children need to see it a few times. Some children need to put their hands on something, right? They need to physically grab something. There's so many different levels when it comes down to learning, and so many different learning styles, is that the very first thing you got to do is know your child's learning style. Because if you at home getting frustrated with them, they're getting frustrated with learning, and you don't even know their learning style to begin with, how are you going to be able to help them? That's what we as teachers do, you guys. We learn these different learning styles, and we teach based off of the learning style. Hey, Jose, we're teaching based off of the learning style, right? That's where the differentiation comes in. Not every child gets the things that we teach the same way. It doesn't work for every child. We know that, and we need you as parents to know that. Your child may have a different type of learning style than you do, and you're trying to teach it to the child the way that you learned it, and they don't understand. And both of you guys are sitting there frustrated because you don't understand why they don't understand, and they don't understand why you're teaching it to them that way. No. Listen, we talk all about learning styles. We talk all about communication styles, right? In my course, which we'll get to, that teacher life. Because you got to know these things, you guys. And that's where a lot of the frustration is coming from, the miscommunications and the I think they learn it this way and I'm just going to teach it this way because this is how I learned it back in 1942. No, it's a new day. And things have changed a lot, especially this year. Things have vastly changed. We as teachers are working on ways to make sure the things that we used to teach face-to-face are virtually available for those students that are online. Some of the things that you put your hands on, like money. My kids are learning coins. Some of them need to grab a coin. So pull out your dish, your coin dish at home, mom, dad, whoever, and let them touch it. Yes, 1942. Yes, Monica, because that's how some people teach. They still teach like it's all the same thing, and it's not. Things change. Ways change, right? And that's why, some parents are looking like, oh, that's not how I learned how to do subtraction. We learn this way, right? But this day and time, things are different. This is how we are told to teach children this, right? Especially in Gwinnett County, there's a lot of, the studies show if we teach this way, things go well. If we teach it this way, like that's what we're told, right? As teachers. Okay, so we got to learn those learning styles. What are some other things? I think is what's going on is there are a lot of teachers who are burnt out. Done. We're done. We're tired. We're tired. If you're anything like me with communication as an educator or whoever, I send messages home. My kids they better get them a Pinterest with these anchor charts. Come on. Yes. That's what we do anyways, Monica. Anchor charts that we put up in our classroom, we get them from Pinterest. Mom, Dad, Google is your very best friend. Use it. You use it for everything else. Use it to help teach your children and to help your children get these concepts. Seriously, we use it at school. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. But the miscommunication is what's happening. But if you're like me, I communicate. My children get their progress reports every other week, like a paycheck. Just got paid. There you go. That's your progress report. Let me tell you your child's progress. This is what they're missing. I do not play about my kids. Find what your child loves and maximize the opportunity. Thank you, Kaylin. Absolutely. They gotta love it. Some kids are in a place where they're like, man, I'm so tired. I'm so bored with this online stuff. I'm sitting here at the screen all day. Make it fun. Make it interesting. Not like a paycheck. Yes, Vanessa, your paycheck for your hard work that you've done over those 2 weeks. Here you go, child, your progress report. Okay? My parents know it's coming out every 2 weeks like a paycheck. Look for it. Check for it. But there are also other educators that aren't saying anything, that are failing these children, and they're not saying nothing at all. It's not a phone call. It's not a dojo message. It's not an email, text message, something. It's not an SOS sign. It's just your child failed, boom. And you're like, hold up. My child failed, and this is the first time I'm hearing about this? Now, we as educators, we got to get better with that communication. We do have to get better, and that is something that has been a struggle. Girl, in my class, they get paid every week. Look, Vanessa said every week they get that. Right. Figure out what works for you, educators. But update these parents because they don't know. And even some of them are at home doing their own work. So it is a struggle bouncing in between the two. Show some grace on that end too. You know what I'm saying? But parents as well, show some grace on us. Especially us in Gwinnett. Pray for us, y'all. We got kids inside, outside, all around. Hey, John, pray for us, y'all. Then progress reports go out weekly. Yes, because parents need to know. I don't want you to come to conferences next week. We got conferences next week. I don't want you to come to conferences next week. And you're like, how come I didn't know they had 45 assignments missing? Cause I don't know. You didn't answer your dojo. You didn't answer the email. You didn't answer. And I keep a paper trail. First off, my mentor taught me when she was teaching me how to be a teacher, CYA. Anybody know CYA? Educators? Y'all know CYA. Cover your ass in everything you do. Paper trail, paper trail, paper trail. I do not play a game in Miss Wilder's class. Listen, parents know. You know beforehand. So if you're coming into the conference, you've already been spoken to several times about what your child is doing, what the progress is, how they're acting, how they're behaving. Because I do not play a game. Yeah, Vanessa, cover your ass. Yes, please pray for Gwinnett. Yes. Right. And that's what we have to do on our end as educators. We know that. We've been taught that. That's what our training consists of. And some of you guys aren't covering your ass this year. Yeah. Some of you guys aren't emailing. Some of you guys aren't calling. Some of you guys aren't dojoing. Some of you guys aren't doing anything at all because you're so tired at the end of the day that you're just like, forget this job. I'm done. I'm out. Some of you guys are like, I'm retiring this year. Forget it. I was going to wait another 3, but I'm out now. Right? We can't do that. We're teaching these children, you guys. We're responsible for them when they are in our classroom. They're learning. Their parents are responsible as well. I started talking about my mom to a coworker. And I was talking about how, I don't know how my mom and my dad made it work, but they made that thing work, honey. I'm talking about my dad he worked in the mornings. My mom worked at night. And my mom was the one that was good with school, right? She was just excellent. My dad, I don't remember him ever helping us with anything with school. I just don't think he was, that was part of his ministry. So my mom would have us all sit down and we would do work together. And she would do not only just work, but she would do fun games with us too that incorporated work, like teaching us how to learn new words and all kinds of things. And they were fun games, but they were educational. And we didn't even know we was learning in the midst of them. But my mom sacrificed, and that's what we do as parents. We sacrifice to help our children get it if they're struggling here and there. I talk to my parents on a daily, you guys, especially those that I know my students are struggling. And I say, hey, mom, here's some resources. Hey, mom, hey, dad, here's resources for this. Work with them on this every day. Work with them on their letter sounds every day. Here's a YouTube video. Baby, you don't even got to take out the paper. I done gave you a link to something that leads you to something else that they can do online. You just got to give the effort and show it to them so that they can do it. That's it. I make my parents' lives easy. Right? When my mom was at the house putting together educational games, like, okay, we're going to do this today, y'all. We're going to learn how to add and we're going to learn how to do this. No, we make it easy for you guys. But we need you guys to put in the effort and to do it with your child. And I talk about this often because when you're a parent, that's what you signed up for. To make sure that your child is safe, to make sure that your child is good in whatever aspect it is. So why would you not expect teachers to ask for your help when it comes down to their education? It's a damn shame. It's a partnership, ladies and gentlemen. I teach, I tell you, I help out. You tell me what's going on too. Right? Because you can tell me, hey, I've worked with them. I tried to work with them on addition and subtraction, and they're just not quite getting it, and I don't quite know. Can you give me some pointers? Man, we educators love to hear that kind of shit. Give us a call and say, I'm struggling. I'm Miss Wilder. I'm over here right now trying to teach Johnny how to add with a missing add-in. I don't quite know, Miss Wilder. You can use anything. And I wish that was something that people would actually understand, is that you can use anything at home when you add in. And your kids will probably love it. If Johnny had 4 chocolate chip cookies and Johnny ate 2, how many cookies are left? Johnny be happy to have them cookies, honey. And you're working with your child. Any moment can be a teachable moment. Any moment. Right? It's what I do with my daughter. We're driving. Ooh, mama, what color is that? Ooh, Mrs. Wilder is cussing. You know me. You know me. Listen, I got a little bit of a potty mouth, all right now. Not with my kids, but you know me, with adults. With adults that are on this damn Facebook Live, okay? With adults. But I do that with my daughter, you guys. I'm a parent as well. I'm a parent and I'm a teacher. And I'm not let off the hook just because I'm teaching children for 8 hours a day. I'm not let off of the hook and not let go of my duties to be my child's mother and to teach her things when I get home. I may be tired as hell. Whoo! And there have been some days this year, this school year, where I've been like, God, how I'm gonna make it? I don't know. And I still, Mama, how was your day? Oh, Mama, what color is that? Red? Oh, that's red. My daughter's 3, right? Colors and shapes. She's learning her letters and her letter sounds at 3. Why? Because I'm a damn teacher and I don't want her teacher to be like, hold up, your mom's a teacher and you haven't been learning? And it's my duty. It is my right. The first teacher for every child is their parent. That's not just a cute little quote to put up. No, you are your child's first teacher. So don't be surprised when educators are like, listen, Mom, we've been working with Johnny and he's struggling and da-da-da-da-da. Here's some resources for Johnny. Can you work with him every day on this as I work with him every day in my class? Yep, I did the same thing with my daughter. Michelle, exactly. We're teaching our kids. Every moment is a teachable moment. My daughter learned how to count by walking down the stairs, just like I did. My mom did that with me, and I remembered her telling me that story all the time. I used to say tree, 1, 2, tree. That's how I taught my daughter. Walking up and down the stairs, how to learn how to count. My daughter can count higher than some kindergartners, real life. Like, because of that though. And because her mom is taking all these different times to do these teachable moments. Right? We got to get better at that, you guys. School is not only at school. Gosh, if it was, we'd be failing every child. No, you're teaching your child at home. They need to learn the differences between thank you, right? There are some kids in my classroom, you guys, that don't even say thank you. I'm like, hold up. What do you say? Because she is smart, she is kind, she is important. Amen, Vanessa. But I teach life skills in my class. Not only do I teach ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, I teach thank you, ma'am, yes, sir. I teach kindness. I teach all these different things that somebody's got to teach you, right? Like, we will not have that. I teach no bullying. I teach all these these are life skills. I teach speaking up for yourself, advocating for yourself, and I use those words. I use those words so my kids know I'm advocating for myself. That's right, baby. You sure are. You keep advocating for yourself and for your education. Right? Affirmations. We do that in my class as well. Our principal does an affirmation with our kids every Monday, letting them know that they deserve the education that they are getting there. They deserve the education. Have you ever heard that? You deserve the education you're getting. This is yours. Work hard for it. I tell my kids all the time, Miss Wilder got her education. It's that time for you to get yours. Let's sit down. Let's get it together. Let's go. We got to get better. And we got to create that partnership and keep that partnership going more so now than ever. We got to stop pointing the finger at each other. She should have told me. Well, she should have told me. No. Because if that child is failing, it's both of our faults. Parent, teacher, even admin, throw them in there too. It's all of our faults. Because it's a village. It's everybody's fault. It's not the teacher should have told me. It's not, well, Mrs. So-and-so should have told me. No, it's all of us together. It's a partnership. Communication. Make sure you're communicating with your teacher. If you're a parent and you're struggling and you need some resources. Baby, do you know how many resources I have? I used to teach at a charter school, y'all. It was hard to have resources then. Okay? And please believe if I don't have it, I'm going to contact admin or somebody to get it to you. Because that's who I got to keep communication with as a teacher. Because not only does your parents need to know about your grades, my boss, my admin needs to know about your grades too. Right? We're all in this together. I'm not playing. It's a village. When they say it takes a village, I'd put it on Do Not Disturb, but I guess not. It takes a village, you guys. All of us coming together and not pointing the finger, but saying, what can I do? How can I get Susie to where she needs to be? And that's what we need, more of that. And I know that we're tired. I know that we've been doing this. I know that we've been doing it since last year, the end of last year. And we were tired then. But your child or your student cannot afford for you to be tired and for you to just give up on them. They didn't ask for COVID to come. Nobody asked for COVID to come. We're all working with the best that we got. So let's continue to do that. And listen, if you are burnt out, tired, disgusted, frustrated, heated, feeling like you're getting in arguments every day, feeling like you want to snatch a child up because sometimes they take you there. If I can be honest, Miss Wilder's very honest. They can take you there now. If you're feeling anything like that, that's what my course is for. That Teacher Life is for those teachers who are struggling. And there are so many of us struggling. So many of us struggling with what to do, why we're doing it. So many of us missing out on our passion and losing our passion for teaching kids. So many of us that are just ready to give up. Don't give up yet, baby. February. Okay? It's only February. My class starts March 3rd. Book the link, you guys. Your eyes got so big. Loved it. Girl, you know I'm dramatic. Listen, you guys, that's why I teach little kids, because all of this energy and this dramatic, yeah, they love it all. They eat it up, y'all. Listen, go ahead and book the link. It's for you. If you're feeling that urge in your heart, if you're like, man, it's been hard. Every day this year has been hard. It's for you. It's for you. Let's get that peace back. Let me tell you how I make sure that I get my class rolling. How we keep my classroom peaceful. Let me tell you how I go through my day peacefully. I don't play games, you guys, about my peace at all. Y'all know me. I don't play about my peace of mind because it took me a long time to get it. So I hang on to it. Let me show you how I do that. Let me teach you some techniques that you can do in your course, in your class this year as well. And also next year. If we're still in the same place, we don't know what's going to happen. Just like we didn't know that we were going to be in this place this year and it rolled into this new year. We don't know what's going to happen next year. But let's get prepared for it now. Go ahead and sign up for the course. Listen, spots are booking up and I'm shutting it down right when I get to capacity. I can't have all them educators in there now. Y'all, you guys are a lot. Y'all worrisome sometimes now, okay? It's going to be a nice, good group, okay? And I want you to be able to make it. So go ahead and book the link. Also, if you're struggling in your own personal battle with some things that you need to break through, if you're struggling with your own limitations that you're putting on yourself, nobody's even putting anything on you. Putting them limitations on yourself. You putting them fears on yourself. You need to break through some things. Book my link and work with me one-on-one. Go ahead and do your breakthrough call. It's a complimentary breakthrough call. We can discuss whatever's going on and we can get you to your place where you feel like yourself, where you feel like you know exactly what you're doing in life, where you get that passion back, you get that peace, you get that happiness. Maybe even find a new purpose, your purpose, the purpose you were always meant to do and you didn't know because it was so covered up by your limitations and your fears and your just all kinds of situations, life situationships. Yeah, I can speak about that because I know it too well. That was me, struggling with limitations and fears. You don't got to struggle with those no more. Book my link and let's work. Let's get to it. Breakthrough call. You guys, thank you for coming on. Parents, teachers, give each other grace, support each other, and communicate with each other. If there's something that you need from us as educators, let us know. Let us know. And if there's something that we need from you, parent, we're going to let you know. Get comfortable with that communication. Get comfortable with that. Okay? All right, y'all. I love you guys. I will talk to you guys next Tuesday. See you then. Bye.